Hi, this is Beth Hartley, and I'm going to go over some guiding thoughts and considerations for putting together your um, annotated bibliography. As you look for literature to support your question finding, remember in qualitative research, the question comes from real-world observations and dilemmas. So it's something that you really notice and want to do or change in your classroom environment. We recommend that you keep an observation journal for the first 6 weeks to observe your class with a teacher as researcher's eye. Make note of situations or patterns that make you wonder. As you do this, you will refine your thinking about your research interest and questions. Share observations with your critical friend. And this is the evolution of your research question, which you'll see when you read The Art of Classroom Inquiry. They talk about the evolution of that question, but you're going to narrow it down. For your literature search and review, you will want to see who else has wondered the same things. What have they discovered? How have they approached their task? This last is important because how they get their information may really help you get your information. The way they do it might be the way you want to do it. There are ideas in that way too, and that may be the reason you've even chosen that piece of research. So you have search terms, and this is good for internet, this is good for library searches and so forth. The broader you use your terms, of course, the more hits you get, but the less likely it will be pertinent to what you specifically want. Versus something extremely specific, for the example, between elementary literature and first grade picture books about friends, this one's going to get you some very specific hits. And that way, you're going to be much more likely to get information that you want as a reviewer of research. So here are some reasons why we're doing the annotated bibliography prior to getting the whole research paper put together. It provides information about each source you've used. You're creating your resources. You have valid research to back up your argument and claims. You have details that provide an overview of the sources themselves. So you're going to explain about each piece of research that you've chosen and why. Each annotation provides essential details about a source. So anybody who's reading an annotated bibliography will know, it's kind of like going through and reading abstracts. They'll know the important details about the source and if it's going to be useful to them or if it's going to be informational for them. So as a researcher, you have to become an expert on your topic, and you have the ability to explain the content of your sources and assess their usefulness to your research and then share this with others. Some types of annotations provide details about what the paper's author has done with or thinks about each source. And some of these have more to do with mega studies where they've collected a bunch of research and put it together and taken themes out of the research and shown different patterns that way. And then they may provide, and then you'll provide details about the author, and there's details about the information and how it fits into the broader scope of what you're doing. So you're going to decide whether it's going to be useful to you in the long run. They have many uses. They provide a compilation of sources with intelligent commentary. So you really want to vet your sources. You don't want to just pull anything out. You want to have that they should have meaning and substance to them. And then you will also say why the article is or is not of use. They're a quick reference for definitions and key ideas because you're already focusing in on these things, and so it's going to give you language to use really in your own research. And it will help you provide an overview of the field, so you're not repeating work that's already been done. However, you might do part of that as your work because you're new to it. And so can you see moving forward from their point to your point? How are you going to contribute to it? Sort of like looking backwards. So library resources. Jennifer Ward is the associate professor at UAS. You want to contact her if you need help. There is a list of resources that are available for this course that have been useful to many people. If you're a distance from UAS, which many of you are, keep on Jennifer to problem solve resource needs. She will be very helpful to you in that respect. I didn't mean to do that. So your guiding thoughts and considerations for this week is to start looking at week 1 and week 2, getting started, which goes over how you look and create research, look at research and create research questions. And this screenshot is in that module. Setting up an observation journal and working on your literature search. Your annotated bibliography is due in 2 weeks, and your essential question reflection is due Friday. Meet with your critical friends once a week to share progress, ideas, and findings. And we've got most of you set up. And if you have any questions, please contact me and let me know.